Good morning, everyone. I am putting the last finishing touches on a sculpture that I started this week, and it's of my daughter. Hopefully you can kind of see it here. Shows up a little bit better in the light. Let's see. Excuse my mess, but I'm in production mode. Anyway, so you can kind of see a little bit. But I am in the process of finishing this off, and I figured I'd go live on the last few phases since I kind of feel like I'm at a good stopping point, and I don't want to do much more. This is my first time doing any type of sculpting since high school, and it's actually been really fun. I've enjoyed this process, and it taught me that I'm not worried about perfection. It taught me that my drawing skills are the basis for every single thing that I do, whether it is design, whether it is drawing, painting, sculpting, landscaping. Like, it's the basis for everything. And if I didn't know how to line or to shade or to make a form or to play with light, if I didn't know the fundamentals, if I didn't have a really good art teacher in high school, if I didn't have a mother who taught me how to sew, if I didn't have a father who taught me and my mother too, actually some basics of mechanics and putting things together, constructing. If I didn't have those influences, I don't think I would be able to do this as an amateur. And again, this is not even like fully accurate. It doesn't look just like my daughter. And I decided to do this because I wanted to try something different, and I was bored. And excuse the lawn guys outside, actually weed eating my yard now. So maybe I should turn the sound off. Can I do that? I don't know. Okay, anyway, I guess he's gone away. But yeah, so like everything that I've done in my past creative life, using my hands and my mind and my imagination, has built on me being able to do this as an amateur. So I think because I was taught the fundamentals of constructing things, that I'm able to construct things even when I don't really know what I'm doing. So like this texture right here, I don't know if this is gonna work, but to be honest, I don't really care. I'm just playing, and I enjoy playing in this Play-Doh. I like, it's not even Play-Doh, this is Air-Drying Clay by Crayola. So it's a little plug for them. But I like, using this because it's a low investment. I don't have to sit this in a kiln to fire it up and make it set and all that stuff. If it looks like crap, it doesn't matter. I can re-wet it. I can throw it away. This is a low stake project, and I'm good with that. I like that. And in fact, even every material that I've used has been things that I just picked up. So like a spoon, an old knife that I'm not going to use for cooking or eating, and even like these, it's going to get loud in a minute. Even like this has been a part of making this. Sorry about the noise, y'all. I'll probably maybe edit it out, maybe not. I suspect nobody's gonna watch this anyway, so it doesn't really even matter to me. But now I'm just gonna add some texture here. I think he realized that he's making too much noise. Oh, there is actually some. No, it's not Michelle Obama. But I get why you say that. It's actually my daughter. That's funny. Um, I see why you say that. It's actually my daughter, and you can. It's a relief, I guess. But she is an 18-year-old, and she has a nice, big, beautiful curly head of hair, and she loves to sing. So I put headphones on her because this is my first time doing sculpture. So I decided to cheat. So there's two reasons why I did headphones. Um, the first reason was because I wasn't confident that I would be able to do ears, especially on the first go round of doing sculpting since high school. And so I didn't want to put that type of pressure on myself. And I just decided to add earphones. So the significance of the headphones, I said earphones, the significance of the headphones is that my daughter is a singer. She loves to sing. She often has these headphones on. And so I thought that this would be representative of who she is as a creative person. And yeah, I just wanted to do a representation of her, try something different, and play. So the whole goal of this exercise is really just to play, to allow myself to make mistakes, allow myself to do something that I don't do, which is sculpting, and see what comes out. So I've been watching videos about sculptors and learning more about Augusta Savage and her work as a sculptor recently. And it was a bit of inspiration for me too. So I'm just cutting off some of these edges right here and adding them on to make texture in her hair, because I really don't know how to make curly haired texture. So I'm making it up as I go just by adding little pieces. Oh, what's the material? Crayola Air-Drying Clay. And yeah, that's what it is. So it's going to dry. It's probably going to shrink a bit. And so I'm hoping that these pieces don't fall off, but I'm trying to press them in here to make sure that they're pretty attached. And just so you can see, I added, I added some texture with her hair, because you know you got to have the baby hairs in place. That's how they like it. So I added some texture to play with the hair, and I just drew that on because I didn't know what else to do. But again, this is an experiment. An experiment on oh, you said wet it? Yeah, so I've been working on this for about 3 days, and I had a spray bottle here which is empty now, and I wet it with water so I could set it, and then I laid plastic over it, just like you would if you were working with regular clay. And so I do that, lay that on there at night, and so I could come back into it in the morning. But I think I'm at the point of where I don't want to work on it anymore, and I'm about to abort the project, because that's what artists do sometimes. Is when there's nothing else that they feel they can do in the moment, which is where I feel like I'm getting to. Um, they abandon the work. So again, this is just my first one since high school. And sculpting is not something that I normally do, but I think it's something that I want to start playing with. Um, and I actually haven't used this air drying clay before, so we're going to see how much shrinkage I get when it dries. I don't know if you all have experience with that. But I'm close to the end of working with this project. But I think I did okay. Maybe I'll post a picture of my daughter so you can see how close, accurate, or not. I'm okay with that too. So like I'm the person who is like, don't judge your babies before they're born, and that's talking about real babies as well as your creative projects too. I hate it when I'm working with kids and adults mostly, and I'm teaching them things like how to draw, and they're like, oh, it looks awful, and I don't know how to do this, and all the things that they say, all these negative things about the work that they're creating. And it's in its early form. And I do it myself sometimes too. Like, I'm going to be the first one to say, I don't know what I'm doing with this drawing. And I'm just trying to figure it out, and it looks terrible. But sometimes you just push through, and you try not to judge your babies before they're born. And so this exercise in sculpting for me is trying not to judge my babies before they're born. And I think the same thing would apply to me being a mother as well. Letting my daughter find her way. And try not to be too judgmental as she goes through her process of growing in life. Oops. Uh-oh, I cut through the paper. And this is just parchment paper on the bottom of it here too. And it's been wet a few times, and so I think it is giving up the ghost. It doesn't want to do this anymore. But I think it's done what it needed to do. So yeah, message for today is don't judge your babies before they're born. And birthing takes a long time. It's a process. It's messy. Sometimes it doesn't look good. Sometimes it fails and doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to. Hopefully I can still pick this thing. Yeah, I can still pick it up off the... Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this, before it dries, I'm going to... I have some wire in my art studio, because right now I'm just sitting at the kitchen table playing around. But I have some... Oh, it's really wet. The paper's wet. I have some wire that I'm going to stick right here at the top so that it can be something that can be hung on the wall. I went to this, the Uffizi Gallery. Oh, I'm probably saying it wrong. In Italy in this spring of this year. And I saw this sculpture, and I think it was called Sculpture of a Mulatto Woman or something to that effect. But the woman had cornrows, and it was just a bust of her head. It had her eyes. It was it's full bust all the way around, and you could see the detailing in the hair and the features. And I was just really amazed at the artist's approach to how it dealt with hair specifically and the textures of hair, which I think can be challenging no matter what the hair style is, because there's these fine pieces of texture that are that I'm not doing very well with right now, but there's these fine pieces of texture that add to, you know, the depth of the design of whatever you're making. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, again, she has like curly afro hair, and so I'm just trying to figure out ways to add texture. And it's not really even curly, it's just it's literally just texture. So yeah, I don't know, I probably could find a way to make this a little more, have a little bit more depth than just adding these little pieces of clay on here, but I don't know. Again, I think I'm at the end of the road with this, and I just wanted to show y'all what I was working on. That was my hopes for today. But I really enjoyed this process. I like how I was able to play with her eyes. I don't know if y'all can see the shadow. So instead of, you know, with because it's a sculpture, I'm trying to create the shadows. So I was trying to figure out, like, how do you show the color of the eye as being dark when you're only working with shadows? And so what I've seen in sculptures is that they carve out the area where the darkness would be on the eye, on the iris rather. So if you have darker eyes, well, even if you have lighter color eyes, there's still pigment there that needs to show up in a sculpture. So what I did is I just carved that out. Oops, I carved that out, and then I added just a little dot of clay to kind of capture the white of her eye where the light would be hitting. So I'm trying to play with light. And so anyway, it's funny too, just like in drawing, when you're drawing flat, it distorts how you see. And so now as I pick it up, I can see the distortion because I've been, oh, see how that's falling off. This is not going to go well. I already see this. But you can see the distortion in how her features aren't quite right. But it's good enough. It is good enough. And again, I'm not going to judge it too harshly. This is try number 1. And I enjoyed the practice of trying. So yeah, so I hope you all come back for another visit. I'm going to start going live a little more often when I'm creating things, because I have some stuff I want to talk to y'all about. I'm a creative person. My creativity has shown up in lots of different ways. It's shown up in drawing, it's shown up in painting, it's shown up in engineering design, it's shown up in making books, making murals, public art, teaching people, raising children. And so I'm at a different phase in my life now, and I want to share how I have started to build a creative life for myself. And the starting has been a long process, like a long process. And so that's what this channel is going to be about. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that I do. I'm going to be making things. I'm going to be sharing how I create, I pray, and I live, and creative life. And hopefully that resonates with those of you who decide to come back or those of you who decide to watch. So until next time, I hope you have enjoyed this broadcast. I'll see y'all soon. My name's Tamika. Bye. How do you turn this thing off? Can y'all tell I'm new at this? Just a little new. Just a little new. Bye. Nope, not bye. How do you do this?